competing in my first show, men's classic division, first time ever. I spent the past over 10 years training at the gym, but never have I trained to be a bodybuilder. I just didn't have the eye for it. I wanted to look good, but it was mostly kind of like bro aesthetics. But for the past year and like 4 months, I've been training to be a bodybuilder. But don't get it twisted. I've always trained intensely, but the past year and a half, I have narrowed it down when it comes to my diet, supplementations, rest. I definitely should be resting more. Definitely should be resting more. But where am I going with this? So for the past year, I bulked up. I went from 159 to 194 pounds. Don't get it twisted. I just wasn't on the couch eating Doritos and Fritos and just chilling to bulk. No. Sometimes people think when you're bulking is when you're a lazy fat fuck, right? No. I was working my heart off. I was touching up the weak points, my legs, absolute toothpicks. They're a lot better now. I wouldn't say they're the best, but they definitely improved. You guys are going to see in the show coming up. You know, my upper body was good, but I definitely wasn't pushing it to the full extent. So during this bulk, I made sure that I started pushing my weak points, shoulders, delts, things like that. Back was already there. I wanted to bring that out, chest as well. Majority of everything was spent really focusing on my delts and my legs. Those are my weak points. But let's go back to, did I bulk too far? I felt like I did bulk too much. Going from 159, 160 to 194 pounds in the past about a year was difficult. Again, I trained hard and aggressive. The foods I ate were very high in protein. They weren't okay. I ate junk food. For sure I ate junk food. But you gotta have fun with your bulk. Definitely enjoy the bulk while you can. But this is my point. I went to 194 pounds. I dropped the weight slowly. It's been an 18-week cut. 18-week cut. But then, as I started to get about 6 weeks, 5 weeks, I was like, yo, I don't think I needed to bulk to 194 pounds to look like the way I do now. I think I bulked too much. Did I enjoy the food I was eating at the end? Not really. To be honest, at my heaviest, it was very difficult. I was force feeding myself. Realizing now and how difficult it was to get lower, it was difficult to get low in weight. But the point is that I felt like there was a loss. So I bulked so high to a point where I know I didn't keep all the muscle mass to when I bulked up to 194. It was unnecessary. So sometimes, like I said again, there's always a give and take. So bulking up to 194 pounds, cutting to right now 162 pounds, it definitely has been a great learning experience. It's been tough because not only did I bulk, but I put on a lot of more muscle mass, and I've been cutting to the weight I once was. So my whole frame has changed. My legs are bigger, my back's bigger, my arms are bigger. Everything is bigger. But I'm around the same weight now. How is that possible? I have less body fat on my body. I'm dieting and dialing in. But again, since I bulked up so high to get to this level, I've had to diet a little bit harder. Now I'm thinking that with this such of a strict diet, I may have lost more muscle mass than I should have. And you know what? I probably could have looked better year round for social media and have more of a aesthetically pleasing physique rather than just say full on barrel mode, baby. Fuck it, let's go. But again, thinking about it right now, so this is just like a rant, right? A rant, or whatever. I'm not really gonna edit this too much, but thinking about it now, when I'm done with my competition and I'm done, right? I want to pursue bodybuilding now. Like, I like it. You know, it's been tough. I've been learning a lot. This is a video for its own topic, but it's definitely been a great learning experience. But am I going to bulk up to 194 pounds, 196 pounds? Most definitely not. I'm not bulking up ever that high again. From what I'm saying right now in this video, I'm not going to bulk up that high anymore. I feel like a good bulking weight to me would be 185, 187. I don't want to bulk up to 194, 196 anymore. It's just too much on my heart. When I got that heavy, I felt sluggish, trouble breathing. There were so many downsides when it came to bulking that high. Right now, I am feeling tired because I'm such a low body fat. I'm really low in body fat, right? But I noticed when I was cutting, about 180 to 182 was like a sweet spot where I felt healthier. I definitely didn't feel like as diced or shredded, but I felt like that was a good weight for me to put on muscle and minimize the fat gain that I did gain to 194. Because when I was 194, I wasn't on muscle. I wish I was on muscle, but again, I'm a natty competitor. I just can't do it. 194 pounds with my height, 5'7", holy shit, bro. It's just not possible. I had to drop to 194 pounds to 162, 65 to look like the way I do right now. Keep that in mind. That's a lot of effing fat I lost. Unnecessary fat. When I think about it, I want to get to 185. The reason why I say 185 for my next bulk is because, again, you want to keep your sanity. You want to be able to live life. I want to eat some Snickers, some Twixes. That's just me. I have a sugar tooth. But when it's time to shred and cut, it's not going to be as difficult from going to 194 to 163. Bro, I lost like 30 pounds. That's a whole goddamn 5-year-old or 3-year-old baby. Well, maybe not in the U.S. That's U.S. babies tend to be a little bit thicker, but that's a whole kid right there. That's an infant I lost on my body, yo. Again, losing that weight was definitely tough. And when I started losing that weight in the beginning, it didn't come off easy. I knew it wasn't, but it was a lot harder than I anticipated. So when I'm thinking about my next prep, I'm not gonna bulk that heavy. I'm gonna be about 185. That's the sweet spot where I want to stay at. Reason being so is because I feel like that's 9 extra pounds that I wouldn't have had to suffer going through. I would have been dialed in faster. My prep could have been shorter. I would have been overall better as a natty, as a natural. Will I stay natty? I don't know. We'll figure that out soon. Because the way I look right now and the way I've been getting told by other competitors, other professionals, they are impressed, very impressed. And again, me going into a competition, knowing that I'm in a disadvantage, but know that there isn't anyone there that is outworking me. There isn't. I put in an intense amount of work. And I say it with pride. You know, see, this is a video I want to talk about with my insight to prepping, but I've definitely gave a piece of myself during this prep. I've gained a piece of myself, but I lost a piece of myself during this prep, meaning that it's been tough. There's a lot of times where I'm someone who is so driven when it comes to the fact of thinking that there's someone out there who's outworking me. Because when it comes to working out, for me, it's never been too much about talent. Yes, genetics does play a role. I am impressed, but I'm starting to feel like I do have decent genetics. I never felt like I had the best genetics. Because I never felt like I had the best genetics, I felt like I had to work harder. But putting in this hard work, I'm starting to realize that, hey, you know, I do have decent genetics. Maybe I have great genetics. But you know what I do? I do work intensely hard. I am a workhorse, and I take that with pride. I may not have the best genetics. I don't know. You be the judge of that. But I feel like the mindsets you have when you don't think you have the best genetics, you work a little bit harder, a little bit longer, you're a little bit tougher, a little bit meaner. But that's a whole different tangent. Let's go back to the bulking, I guess. This is a rant. Did I bulk too much? Definitely feel like I bulked too much. With anything, there's too much of anything. There is somewhat of a loss. So I feel like when I cut down, I did lose muscle mass that I did gain during that bulk. So it was unnecessary to bulk that high. Next time, I'm going to start at 185. My cutting period can be a lot more gracefully done because I feel like the last 5 weeks have been very tough and intense on me when it comes to my mood and other things like that. Like, I'm good and stuff, but I definitely notice I'm a bit more sensitive. But that's another video right there. We'll make another video about the emotional aspects of cutting and bulking and things like that. The things that happen, you guys have seen it, but I want to be more open about it. But yeah, guys, did I bulk too far? Yes, I feel like I did bulk too far. I feel like I could have been 186, 185 at my height, and I would have been perfect. If not right now, I probably would have been leaner and more diced. But again, this is my first competition. Self-coach, self-everything. If you like what I said, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Much appreciated. Everything you guys do, I see it. YouTube channel is growing, and I really want to make this a channel that people can get motivated by. Find information that's simple and easy to know, or maybe the very hard information that I'll have to prep on. You know, this is me just going off on a tangent. This is not me like looking at my notes and refreshing. I am a personal trainer. I've spent years in I'm a kinesiology major. So again, this is me just going off tangent. I don't have the best memory when it comes to like statistics and numbers. But if you guys want more of that type of scientific stuff, I'll definitely reread and kind of gather my notes before I make a video and be more prepped and stuff. But this is the type of video I like to do more and more, like freestyle and more. I think it's a little bit more endearing and a little bit more relatable. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, much love. Take care.